and welcome to Tuesday Talks from General Practice Solutions, your weekly conversation on practical, effective support for primary care. My name is Jenny, and today we're focusing on something that can truly make or break the day-to-day running of a GP surgery, the role of practice manager. So what happens when a manager leaves unexpectedly, or when a practice simply can't find the right candidate to fill the role? Joining me today is Molly to talk about how our Practice Manager Support Service is helping practices across the country navigate these exact challenges. Molly, welcome to Tuesday Talks.
Thanks for having me, Jen.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly does General Practice Solutions offer in terms of practice manager support?
So our Practice Manager Support Service is designed to be flexible and responsive. We provide hands-on practical support to practices who are either without a practice manager or need interim leadership or even require help recruiting the right person into that role. This could mean stepping in during a period of transition, managing the day-to-day on a temporary basis, or working closely with the practices through the recruitment process to ensure they find someone with the right skills and cultural fit.
And I imagine that the need for support is increasing?
Absolutely. So we're seeing more and more practice facing unexpected gaps in leadership. So whether this is through resignation or long-term leave, or because they simply haven't been able to find the right candidate, the practice manager role is increasingly complex and is getting harder to recruit and retain experienced professionals. At the same time, the impact of not having that leadership in place, even if it's only for a few weeks, can be significant.
So what type of support can you offer during that gap? So, for example, if a manager resigns and the practice needs someone immediately?
Yeah, so in that case, we can provide interim practice manager support, so either remotely or on site, depending on what that practice needs. So our interim practice managers are experienced, capable and used to hitting the ground running. They can manage HR issues, oversee finance, liaise with the PCN, support the admin and clinical teams, and ensure operational continuity while the practice focuses on recruitment. So we also keep an eye on compliance, especially around CQC and data protection, to ensure nothing falls through the cracks.
That must provide a real sense of relief for practices under pressure.
Yeah, so the feedback that we've received often is just that, having someone to step in who understands the landscape of general practice and can make decisions with confidence really helps stabilise things during what can otherwise be quite a stressful time.
So let's talk about recruitment. You did mention that you also support practices through the hiring process. So how does that work?
Yeah, so we can offer a full recruitment support package. This includes drafting or refining the job description, helping to advertise the role effectively, shortlisting the candidates and even sitting in on the interviews if the practice wishes. So we understand the nuances of what makes a good practice manager and more importantly, how to match the right person to the specific culture and needs of a surgery.
And what about the new or less experienced managers? Do you offer mentoring or training?
Yeah, we definitely do. So we can support new managers. It's a big part of what we do. That might mean helping them navigate HR policies, develop leadership confidence, or even understand financial planning within the practice. So our goal is to equip them with the tools and assurances that they need to succeed within the practice. Because when practice managers are supported, the whole practice will benefit from this.
Absolutely. So before we wrap up, one final question. What would you say to a practice that's trying to cope without a practice manager and feeling overwhelmed?
So what I'd say is you don't need to manage this alone. We understand how difficult and demanding the role is, and we're here to offer practical and non-judgmental support that makes a real difference. So whether you need interim cover, help recruiting, or just a bit of breathing space while you regroup, reach out to us. A short conversation could be at the start of a much more stable and supported period for your practice.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Molly. That's incredibly helpful and reassuring. So if you'd like to find out a bit more about our Practice Manager Support Service, please visit our website at www.generalpracticesolutions.net or email the team at inquiries@generalpracticesolutions.net. That's all for this edition of Tuesday Talks. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with your network, and join us next week for more insights to support your work in primary care.